What's up, y'all? I wanted to talk to y'all because of course I'm in the truth comments. Well, I went on his page and he got his little singing video. He really can sing.
So many things I gotta tell you.
And look at the pain in his eyes. The pain is in his eyes. It's just sad because he really reminds me of my baby dad. Like, he reminds me of both of them in certain aspects, but the pain, that pain, like I can see pain. Like I told y'all in that video yesterday, I know pain. I know pain. I know pain when I see it. And to see his eyes, it looked like he was crying a little. His eyes so watery. He probably so numb. He probably feel like he can't cry like a lot of these dudes do. And he be crying in that hotel room by himself because every day you wake up and every day you go to sleep. Like I said in one of my other videos, I ain't even posted yet because I kept debating if I'm gonna post it. It was make me venting about my mom and my life, and because I think she stole my inheritance, and I do think she stole my inheritance. But whatever. But I wanted this and I was just also talking about in that video, so I probably am gonna post that video because I was talking about how, I pray for my baby dads. Like, even though I don't like them and I don't like some of their ways, I still have love for you guys because you helped me bring my most prized possessions into the world. So even though I don't like what y'all stand for, I don't like some of the way that y'all letting the devil just live and dwell within y'all. I don't like it. But at the same time, y'all helped me bring my beautiful girls into the world. I'm gonna always pray for y'all because I really do know that you guys have the potential to be good guys. Not these fake good guys, that image with that mask that y'all put on. I know y'all truly have that potential. Just like him. You truly have that potential. But if y'all get out y'all own way, and that's why I just still get on him. But maybe because I was looking at this comment on here that this girl did, because we all keep judging LaTru, and I'm just so tired of people saying, "Oh, y'all judge." I'm gonna read it to y'all. Everybody judges. Everybody judges. You judging too, because the girl commented and said, "Since God didn't do it, good luck." Because people just talk. They just trolling in the comments at this point. Because the video is him singing. So why are you talking about that other stuff? But that's what's going to happen, and that's what I'm about to get to. Like, let's read this, because what this girl said, somebody said, and the girl said, since God didn't do it, good luck. So LaTruth commented back and said, "You good?" And somebody said, "I fear women." You should be fearful of us, because just as they are powerful, we are powerful too. If you're powerful and woman came from man, don't you think that we're powerful too? Woman came from man. God took Adam's rib to create a woman. So do you not think that we have power too? Did y'all not see the power that Eve even had over her own man? Did y'all not even see how much power she had over Adam for him to eat the same apple that your father told you not to eat? I don't know if it was an apple, but to eat the fruit. That you wasn't supposed to do that. Granted, I guess we mean, but once again, men have to have strength too. That's what I was saying in that video. So I'm gonna go ahead and make it public today. Because I uploaded, I just didn't make it public. But men know women do have power over them. Just like Jezebel had power over Ahab. And I didn't even really finish reading all of that. Now that's why I really just gotta really read all of my Bible. And that's what I'm actually supposed to be doing while she's asleep. But because she always interrupting the videos, I'm trying to do this video while she's sleeping. But anyways, let's read this. See, some people just are trying to like really be mean in here. So the girl said back, "I'm great and will never not be, because I will never deny God. I have never denied what my amazing God has done in my life. I'm not as ungrateful, sir." And you've offended many of us. LaTruth has truly offended so many of us with saying that God did not heal you from cancer. When we the one that was praying to God to heal you, we was really praying to God. So somebody said, you Bible thumpers love to judge others in one breath, upholding God and judging in the very next breath. Then she put the scripture, Matthew 7. But you doing the same thing. you gonna say you Bible thumpers, but you're thumping the Bible right in your next sentence. Matthew 7, do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. So sis, pray for him instead of spewing your judgment on a post that has nothing to do with your comment. Sis, you pray for this girl instead of spewing your hate and your judgment to a post that has nothing to do with you, because you didn't have to comment to her post. Everybody judges. And yes, we are going to get judged. Duh. When you die and your soul, it's time for that soul to take off and go to either heaven or hell, everybody's going to get judged. Everybody gets judged every single day. I'm so sick of people with this judging thing. It's human nature, clearly. Clearly. It must be a spiritual thing, clearly. Because if God judges, if the devil judges, everybody judges. All the spirits judge. Everybody judges. It's about what you do with your judgment. Once you say your judgment, once you say your piece, y'all go to, like, everything is judgment. Anything you do is judgment. Whether you judging what you want to wear today, what you want to eat today, you like this place over that place, you like this type of design over that type of clothing, you like this over that. All of that is judgment. You seeking help from a therapist, you're asking for your therapist's judgment on you and your spouse's situation. You're asking for the psychologist's help in judging what your mental illness is. Everything is a judgment. When you go to the courts, judgment. They're judging you. Everything is a judgment. I get so sick of them saying that. Everybody judges. But when it really becomes judgment is when you don't offer no words of wisdom and no advice to them after you sit there and condemn them. That's what make it judgment. So somebody said to that girl that I was just talking about, you can be judged according to the word. However, if he wasn't a believer, he should have never ran to Bible thumpers for their God. Then we wouldn't have to get on anybody's nerves. And she's right about that, because I feel the same way. Don't ask when you're going through trials and tribulations. Don't sit here and ask people to pray for you, because we praying to our God. So if you worship another God and we worship the real God, and you don't sit here and ask us to pray for you, because we praying to our God, the ones who work miracle signs and wonders, the one who can make something out of nothing. The one who made man out of dirt. That's the God we're praying to. So if we're praying to that God, don't sit here and try to say in the next breath that God is not the one that we pray for. Because the one that we pray for, so many people, so many of your millions of followers was praying to our God. The one who really does the dang on thing. The one who created the sky. The one who's on first page of the Bible. That's the God we praying to. So this one girl, let me read this one, because this is what really made me want to do this video. It says, I would hate, this girl said to whoever she was talking to on here, she said, I would hate to eat the food you're cooking on your page if this is the type of negativity that you spew out. Girl, please, you be eating food from all these fast food places, and they are secret Moleks for real. They be out here really paying into this child trafficking, this child stuff. So shut up. These people be really saying stuff. You be eating fast food all the time, and you don't even know what these dang on companies, these corporations, what they really got going on behind the scenes. Shut up. You go to your job all the time who spew out nothing but hate to you as soon as you turn your back, but you go there every single day. Shut up. Shut up. But she said, nobody is perfect. You don't know what type of things he has been dealing with from childhood trauma up until now. Some people have so much trauma that they self-destruct and push the ones they love away. So instead of being an evil gremlin, how about you pray for healing for him, his wife, and his kids? God has him here for a reason. He didn't let cancer take him. He has some things God wants to work on with him. God will break a person down just to bring them closer. And one thing about it, she did not lie. She said, baby girl, you got some real deal growing up to do. God is not of that negative mess you're putting out there. Grow up. Girl, and so do you. So do you. You guys, we all got some real deal growing up to do. Like you said, so many people are dealing with childhood trauma that they don't even really understand, that they never dealt with, that they still running from these very issues. But when she said God wants to work on him with, what did I tell y'all? And that's true. That's true. It took for me. Some of us are stubborn. God had to strip him down. God know what matters to you. God know you. But he formed you in your mama's womb. But he put you in the belly. He know you. You don't know you. We don't know us until we get with God, until we really build that real connection, that real relationship with him. You don't know you. He know you. And he know what matters to you. Look what it took for me. Look what really took for me. My kids. God knows that I don't care about nobody or nothing but my children. I put my children on a pedestal before anybody. They come before my mama, my daddy. They come before me. They come before everybody. So he knew he was going to have to use my baby daddy to attack my daughter. For you to say those wicked things you said about my child, he knew what it was going to take to get me. He knew what it was going to take to make me up and dip and move away to a land somewhere far away. He knew what it was going to take. He knew what it was going to take. This dude, he knew what it was going to take because Robert, Mr. LaTruth, cares about his image so bad on social media. He glorifies social media. So God knew what it was going to take. He knew what it was going to take to get him back to him because the cancer didn't work. He said, I figured maybe cancer would make this dude do it. Nope, that's still not working. That's still not working. He's still not learning. For me, it's all those things I've been through. None of that stuff was working. All right. You didn't almost got killed with a gun. You didn't almost, and actually, yeah, because I still had some of my ways. I had changed a little bit. I'd been a little bit of a different person for my second baby dad because I wasn't all lustful. I wasn't about trying to cheat on him and do all of this stuff. I wasn't playing those type of games or saying, oh, I'm going to go fuck with this person. I'm going to go doing all this. I wasn't doing that stuff. I wasn't manipulating him with that type of stuff. But it was still other things that I needed to work on with myself. So it took for him. Nothing else was making me leave that dude. And God even needed for my own baby dad. I was in the way. Sometimes the men obsess too much over us. Sometimes we obsess too much over them. Anything that you obsess too much over and you idolize it, because God is not like idol. You don't idolize anything. Anything can become an idol. These phones, this metaverse that the devil has created for us with this social media crap, that's the metaverse. A world that's not real. In a phone. That's not the real world. Life is not this. Because when you put this down and you go out into the public, you don't see all of these same things that you see on here. You don't see all of this. You don't see this. You see regular humans walking around. Every so often you might see a guy with all these big chains on, which is not often. Every so often you might see all these girls with big old bodacious booties that look like a Barbie and all of this stuff. Every so often you may see that. If you go into them club scenes where you see that. But if you just go out to the store, you're going to see regular other people. So God knew what it was going to take for this dude. He know him. He knew what it was going to take. And he knows it. Like this girl said, it's a reason he kept him from cancer. What she say? God has him for a reason. He didn't let cancer take him. Because this dude, it is a reason you're here. And it ain't here just to post women all over your page doing bodacious stuff. It ain't your reason here ain't for you to just sit here and have this image like you on top of the world, like you are the God. God will strip you down. Anytime that you think that you are God over the real God, you think he not going to strip you down? He knew him. He know this boy glamorizes social media. He glamorizes his image and his reputation. He cares so much about his reputation on social media, a world that is fake. You care more about your image on there that you don't even care about your household for real. You don't care about how you're making them feel because all you care about is what's making you feel good to make your image pop out there on the media so you can make your music blow up and go viral and do whatever it is. You got that gift. He gifted you with singing. It's a good thing that he do rap about his pain, his childhood, his family. He wants you to push those kind of messages. Because there's other dudes out here. Look around. These dudes out here have no leadership. The other guys that come from the very, like he said, I come from, what he said in his video the other day that I posted, so I didn't even post it yet, actually. But what he say in that video, he was piss poor. He put you in position. He allowed you to get in this position so you can give back. Everybody be thinking their purpose is just to sit here and entertain others and do all of this and showboat this and act like you high and almighty. Nah, he wants you to be real. Because there's other people out here who need the real content. As much as all these people be sitting on here talking about something, oh, I'm private, I don't like the private life, or y'all saying too much. God needs certain ones of us to step up and step out and speak out and tell us, because us speaking out is going to help trillions of others. Help plenty of other people who going through the same things and don't understand what they're going through. They can't get through it. They can't fight through it. It's more than you just sitting on here posting these girls on your page, posting dinglings going on around, like posting all of this stuff, trying to get laughs and views and just worried about your clickbait. It's about purpose, your true purpose. What is your purpose? It's healing that needs to be done in the Black community. It's true healing that needs to be done. And you up here using your platform when you need to be speaking messages out here to help other young brothers that's in your shoes, that's trying to make it. You need to be really being truthful about your pain. I mean, I guess he do say it in his music a little bit. That's the stuff that he wants you to really talk about on your page. Not sitting around trying to do all these skits and relationship skits. Everybody want to be relationship gurus on here. And most of the ones who sit on social media pretending to be this guru of relationships that put on this image like they in the happiest relationships. Look what ends up happening. The real truth comes out like it has happened for them. But when she said God will break a person down just to bring them closer, that's what he's doing. He wants to show you questioned him. You mocked him. You're going to pay for that. This girl talking about something, God is not of that negative mess. Y'all don't know God then. Because all of us think of things when things not going our way. We all think that of that stuff is negative. We think it's bad. We think it's mean. We think it's God being mean to us. Why do you think so many people have strayed away from God? Because bad things has happened to them and they blame God. Like, why would you allow that? Because they don't have true wisdom and understanding to know that it was happening for you, not to you. He allowed this dude to go through cancer to show other cancer people, other cancer victims or survivors. He went through that cancer thing to show other people battling that you can overcome it. You can overcome it. It wasn't through what you did. It wasn't only through what you did. God put that spiritual person in your life, that healer. He said in the interview he did the other day that you went to a healer. A healer actually hit you up on Instagram or something like that. He said in that interview that's on his TikTok. The healer, the herbalist, anybody that's herbalist, spiritual, like Dr. CB, like Dr. Sabai. I don't know if it's CB or Sabai. I say Sabai, but he has said CB. But anybody that follow those are people that understand real God. Because you know that all you need, if it ain't come out the ground, all this man-made medicine, all this man-made things that's not organic. It's like now I'm on the Daniel fast. I can only eat what's grown out the ground. If it ain't grown out the ground, you can't have it. You know, I have been eating a little bit of dairy. I ain't gonna cap it, y'all. Just a little bit. My ranch, just a little bit. But, and my cheese a little bit. So I ain't even gonna lie to y'all about that. But all the carbs, all that other stuff, I ain't eating that stuff. And I'm so big on that. You only need the things that come out the ground. That's your true healing stuff. That's why I keep saying about the weed. Like I've been telling on these videos, like I don't smoke weed no more, but I miss it. I do miss it. And I really feel like we can really have it. That's grown out the ground. So why is it bad? They'll give us, I did that in another video, but they'll give us all this alcohol. It's good for us to have alcohol. And I just said it in a couple of my videos. That video about Russia and what's going to come to America. This is why. But I didn't said it. They, for so long, they have said we can't have that. You got to think about how this world we live in. Think about what this gov really do. The things that they allow us to have is all things that's bad for us. But the things we can't have, y'all put all these, the things that we really supposed to be having, y'all want to inject it with steroids and inject it with this stuff and pollute it and say, oh no, you can't have this. For so long, the weed was a way to keep the black man down because they know we be hitting that. Like I always say, that's the very thing that got me closer to God. Smoking. My mind literally would go to cloud 9. And I get to thinking outside the box. I used to be like, that's what made me start questioning everything outside. You know how when you get high, you be like, what's going on? Like, where did this come from? Like, when you really think about it. And you know how, if you ever be high and people be like, bro, you tripping. What you talking about? You really go outside your body. You tap into your spiritual when you hit it. Some people feel like they hallucinate, but that's because you're seeing things probably that you ain't in there because you live up your flesh. So you're not, it seems weird to you that now you in a different dimension. But anyways, God He will humble you. He will bring you down, all the way down to get you closer to Him. And He does. He has some things that God wants Him to work on. He want him to give all His problems to Him. What have I been telling y'all my whole journey? What I've been going through. I had to do the same thing. He allowed the devil to get to me. He allowed my baby daddy. He allowed the devil to get into my baby daddy to say that wicked stuff. Because he knew that's what was going to break it for me. He knew I felt so stuck because I had this man baby. I had both of their babies. He knew I felt stuck because I didn't want to take them away from their dads. I didn't want to do that. He knew. He knew what was going to be my breaking point because everybody has one. He knew what was going to truly humble me. He knew. He knew. All he had to do was attack my kids. That was going to have me gone. See ya. You will never got to worry about me again, sir. You said you will never be able to come around my kids. You said that wicked stuff about my child. If you said that about my child, I don't even trust you with your own child. So you knew it was done. You knew it was over. But nonetheless, just like with him, because even since I've been in Texas, I told you, I still been talking to my second baby dad. Well, it's been a couple months. I ain't talked to him since August either. Because every time I talk to him and let you see her, even though we away, and I try to still pour into you and tell you to let God in, because you know God, and He does, but you battling, you really letting the devil use him. That's why I'm saying this stuff is spiritual wickedness. A lot of them know God. What I tell you about that girl, Ashley Lockhart, who her baby daddy stabbed her up all them times and left behind all those kids in that video I did a couple months, like 2 months or so ago. Even he knew. But you was letting the devil use you. Y'all be so defeated by the childhood traumas. That's why these men, because they don't talk. This is why people, all this, keep it private, keep it private. That's what the devil says that wicked shit. Keep it in. Just keep it in. Don't tell. Shh. Keep it a secret. Keep it a secret. Meanwhile, you keeping it a secret. You in a dark room. You in a dark room for all your life, which make you fall into a depression. You in darkness because the devil in your ear telling you, keep it a secret. Shh, don't tell nobody. You're gonna be embarrassed. They're gonna call you these names. They're gonna say this. They're gonna say that. Because you're so worried about what people think about you. You're so worried about their judgment. You're so worried about what these people think about you. So you can't be yourself. You gotta put on this persona. You gotta put this mask on and act like you just this person. You so tough all the time. You gotta act like, oh, your life is perfect. You have the money, you have the fame, you have these material things, you have the happy husband, happy wife, happy kids. You perfect. Nothing is wrong with you. You gotta keep on that mask to cover up what the real you look like. what the real you look like, who the real inner you, what real problems you really dealing with. And that's why they can't take the people who are authentic, who don't mind speaking up, telling what's really going on to bring awareness to others who going to do the same very thing. We are human. We all experience similar experiences. Maybe not to the same degree, but we all experience the same similar type of hurts. We are humans. It's just, you know, but God knows that this dude only care about his image. He knows that. And that's the one thing he says, since that's all he care about, all right, let's rip it down. I'm going to use the one thing that matters to him the most, his wife. I'm going to use her. I'm going to use her. Just like God used him, he will use a narcissist, which is that demonic Jezebel spirit, which I said I was going to do a video on that. So I'm probably going to do a video on that later. But I'm about to wrap this up. But he used him. Let that Jezebel spirit get into him as well. And he got that Ahab too, because you can have both. You can have both. Seeking validation. All of this stuff. People pleasing. You care about pleasing the public so much. You want to please these people. All of these things. He used him too to get to her. To teach you. Because how you get them is also how you lose them. And I got to do another video about this fatal attraction. This stuff, y'all, is real. Because with fatal attraction, the same very things that turned you on about a person initially, same very things that you loved about them in the beginning, be the same very things that you start to hate and that will cause you guys to break up in the end. Them same very things. The same way she got with him. You beat him down in his DMs. You was beating him down in his DMs trying to get at him. Being thirsty in his DMs because he had all this following, clout, and he was doing all these things for attention. And he had a platform. That's the same very things that turned you off about him now. That he does all this for social media. He be telling you to just come on, join in with me. Just do it just for social media. I know you ain't happy, but just do it anyway. It's the same very thing. That's why we got to be careful with how we get with a person. We got to be careful. Just like with me, that same sweet, loving, affectionate, want to cling to me stuff that my second baby dad did in the beginning, those the same very things that turned me off in the end. Because you too pressed. You too obsessive. You want to be up under me, clinging to me 24/7. But in the beginning, because I just came out that toxic relationship, well, situationship, that wasn't a relationship. He was just for a quick little season. I don't even claim that as a relationship, but that situationship was very toxic. Just coming out of that, I needed that tender love and care that my baby daddy was giving me. That's why we moved so fast, like I told y'all in them videos. As soon as he had me come over there, we doing all this romance, just literally just meeting you, and we taking showers together. All of that stuff that I was lacking from the last situation, the last two, the situation, and then my previous relationship with my first baby daddy. The stuff that I was lacking with them, my second baby daddy came in. He knew, because one thing about them, they can sense that brokenness in you. They seek out weak, broken women, weak or broken. They can sense it. He knew what I needed. What's the odds? And I was like, wow. I was like, okay, and you washing my feet? You really care about me? You ain't even pressed to just sleep with me on the first night? You ain't pressed to do this? Nah. You just really catering to me? It's been a while since I had a man just cater to me like this. And those same very things is the things that started turning me off. Because you're so worried about me. You're so busy wanting to do so much lovey-dovey stuff. You want to be so up under me all the time that you're not focused on what you need to do as a man for yourself. So I started hating him. Because you obsessed too much over me instead of fixing and going within and doing what you need to do for you. You want to be up under me all the time. You won't even man up and do what you need to do for you. You don't even love yourself because you care about loving me too much. You want to do that love and affection, the same thing that this dude talk about with his, like, love and affection, because they're the mama wounds. This is why, and when we got here to Texas, and I was still talking to him, he was like, God ain't real. He started talking shit about God. That's why I started cussing him out. Like, at first I was like, and I, you know, it's just really been a journey with this boy, like, but I know he has it in him. He's so lustful, but he got that spirit on him. But I know at your core, once he get that spirit off of him, just like with me, once you get that spirit off you, it's a real beautiful soul in there. Like, it's really a real beautiful soul in there. But he was saying, well, why would God keep taking everybody away from me? Why would God why would he take you? You know I don't got nobody, and you just gonna leave. You know I don't have nobody that really love me, nobody that care about me. You know, and you just gonna leave. You gonna take my baby. Why would God let you just take my baby from me? And he know I ain't got nobody, because he know that's all you care about. You care about me and her. That's all you care about. And he's going to take the things that you only care about, he's going to remove them from you so he can get to you. That's what he's going to do. That's what God will do. Take all those things that you care about and remove it. I cared about chasing success so bad, hustling, making this money. I make money, more caring about the money too much. So let me strip you down. Let me take everything away from you. Let me take it all. Now you left with nothing. Your credit, everything has plummeted. I think that's the word. Everything came crashing down. I'm back at square one. Back at the bottom. The very place that I didn't want to fall back to. Which is why I was being so hard on him. Like, come on, you need to step up. You need to do this, because I don't want to have to do all this by myself. I don't know this. But it wasn't my job to try to control this man and get him to move at the pace I wanted him to move at. It wasn't his job to try to control me and get me to see where I was lacking at and get me to understand that stuff. It wasn't his job to do that. That is God's job. We supposed to just speak it, be the encourager, let you know. But it's not your job to play these deceptive, manipulative games with each other to try to get them to do what you want them to do. It's not your job to try to beat her into submission. It's not your job to do these things. It's not your job to try to beat her into loving you. It's not your job to try to accuse her of cheating and doing all of these things, thinking that's going to make her cling closer to you. Checking. It's not your job to do that stuff. You have to truly learn how to let go and let God. Let God work on them. Separate. Let God work on you. Let God work on me. Just like that's what's happening in their dynamic. If they truly meant to be, God will bring them back together. He got to cleanse them. They both got to do some spiritual cleansing. You got one party believing in God, one party not believing in God. And because he don't believe in God, it's taking her further away from God. Like she said in her video. See, I got to post some videos. It's going to be kind of late because other people already been posting their videos. But y'all know I actually post their whole video and I do my commentary on their whole video because it'd be good facts throughout the whole video. You know? So... see, some people are being mean. They said, boy, you can't sing rougher than, you just made my asthma flare. Shut up. Like, people really are saying some mean things in the comments. You know, and I've said some mean things about him too, because I do feel that way. You're a liar. You are a liar. And you need to stop, because that's how my baby dad is. You lie. You just keep running from the truth. When if you face it head on, face it, they be track starring, running from the truth, running from the real feelings that they feeling inside. But to me, he reminds me more of that second baby daddy, the attention seeking, the need for all this extra love and affection that you didn't get from mama. And of course we all need love. We all need it. We all need it. But you can't go to the extremes and do all of that. But I see the pain in his eyes, and it really does make me sad. Like I tell y'all in these videos, like, it's so many boys who grow up like that. Like, you know, that's why I used to get mad at my baby dad. Like, I felt for him. That's why I clung. I felt like I couldn't just leave him, because I know he don't have nobody. But it's not my job to sit here and let you do what you're doing to me and not give me what I need. But I'm sitting here trying to be this person you need because I know you don't have nobody. I'm trying to give you all this love and affection because I know you ain't getting it from nowhere else. I try to give you the family. I try to do all of that. You know, so it really made me sad to see these guys like this, because they need to work on themselves. I told y'all, I don't even think I ever posted that video, but I have a love-hate relationship with men. I've always had it. In one breath, I hate the ground that they walk on. But in another breath, because I understand their pain, I know why they are them same very hateful guys that I be not liking. So in one breath, it's like I'm mad at them. But once I stop the anger with it and I see and I go deep within them and really look into their eyes and their pain, and I can see about their body language and how they just move, their patterns and their behaviors, and I can see it's nothing but pain in there. They can do all the working out in the world that they want to do. You can have all these muscles that you want to have. Behind all those cocky muscles, because my baby dad do the same thing. All them push-ups you do, all that. Yeah, look at my body. You got a nice body. I love his body. You look good. Love your skin. Love everything. Love everything about you except that spirit that's on you. That spirit that's on you. You know, so sometimes it ain't always about, I told you, it's not about all that fleshly stuff. But so many of our men need to get together. So many of us need to get it together. Like I say all the time, we need true healing in the Black community. True healing. And nobody wants to talk about the root of why we're like this. Childhood trauma. And then our parents, they only did that stuff because of their trauma. And then they only did it because of their trauma. And who did the trauma to them? Like I said, how many we're not that many generations back from slavery. Who did it to this generation? Who did it to us as Blacks in the first place? Who did it to us? Where does it stem from? These beatings. It wasn't okay for the slave masters to be beating on the slaves, but it's okay for us to whip our kids in those same manner. It's okay for us to do that. Y'all didn't like that it was done to y'all. And that's my issue with people, because if you didn't like that it was done to you, why would you go inflict that pain on someone else and then want to say, oh, hurt people, hurt people? That's sadistic and demonic to want to do that. You know? But the thing is, what makes people angry, just like I understand what makes people angry with the truth, because that's the same reason why I be angry. I don't even know this man, but it made me upset with what his daughter said, and that what he does and gaslights his wife and try to act like her reality isn't her reality. But that's because his reality isn't even his reality. He's distorted. He don't know what the real versus the fake is because of all the pain he had to go through. He feel like most of these dudes feel like, why did I have to go through this? Why would I go through all of this if God is real? Like, then they letting other people get in their ear. And it's so funny, his wife said that his brother started telling him that God ain't real, and then he stopped believing. And my baby dad said that to me one day. He was like, I used to believe in God. I used to hear dudes on the block. They talk about, well, God ain't real. What you mean? What you believing in that for? And he was like, what? God ain't real? Because you grew up, your mama and them taught you that God was real. So he like, they telling me God ain't real. What? And then you start to believe those things too. Because you letting anybody get in your head. But you know what you know. Your spirit not like them. That's why I used to always tell them, you're not no real street nigga, bro. You're not a real street nigga. You don't even really want to be out there. You be back in the house early. And real street niggas, all they do is be up in the streets. All they like is running the streets. You go out there, you bust your plays, you stand out there for your hours that you stand out there for, make your money, and then you be in the house early. Sometimes you leave the block early, 4 or 5 o'clock, come in the house. You really a homebody. You really a family dude. You really like to just be in the house with us, doing family type stuff. It was his first Christmas. You got to have a family. Even though he said, I don't celebrate Christmas and all of that. And in all actuality, now I'm realizing things. He was actually right about a lot. But I didn't listen to him. It took for God to remove me away from him. And I told him since I've been here, I said, you was right about a lot of stuff, bruh. But you was trying to force me. Like, when you try to force a person to do something, all that does is pushing them away. You have to let people just, you have to give them their words, but you cannot force them and try to control them to do those things. You have to let God get to them, because it only took for God to get to me to realize what areas my baby dad was right in, what areas he was wrong in, and vice versa. Everything he was trying to get me to understand, I would not understand it because I was not ready and receptive to, because I didn't really have the relationship with God that I had to the degree I had it with him. So I'm done talking. I ain't mean for this video to be all this long, but my videos be kind of, because I got a lot to say, and I be crying sometimes because I see the pain in this boy face, man. And he still, his caption, it's kind of hard hitting these notes like I used to without a stomach, but I'm going to keep practicing. I'll never give up. New music coming soon. You can't give up. I don't want this boy to give up. You got potential. Y'all need to really, these dudes out here be making me mad because y'all don't go back and try to help the same very dudes that been where you are. Because y'all so afraid to be open and vocal about what really went on in your life. You so afraid to be vocal about it. You so vocal to say, oh, well, I got abused and I got molested. You don't even know that it's a plethora of these dudes that came up just like you. They've been in the same situations. That's battling them same demons like you, because they're embarrassed to say that stuff. They're embarrassed to tell you that stuff. They're embarrassed to speak out and say that stuff because they're worried about what people are going to think about them. They're embarrassed. So many people, they want to say that they're private. No, you're just, you're embarrassed about saying the real things. You think it's going to, because it's that image thing that people like to have. They like to uphold this image. But when you try to uphold a certain image, one day that mask going to fall off. And then you're going to go crumbling down. And everything's going to be really revealed. That's why it's best to be true to who you are. Be true to who you are. You don't got to fake the funk. You don't ever fake the funk. But I'm done. I've been chatting for too long. I just pray for everybody that's going through stuff. And we all going to have our moments where we judging. It is what it is. People judge me all the time. You got people on here that some people like me, some people don't. Some people think I'm funny. Some people think I'm dumb. Some people think I'm smart. Some people think I'm just this. Some people just think I'm just that. Some people. But you can't worry about that. I ain't worried about it. I'm going to still keep coming with my good words. I'm going to still keep doing what I do because God chose me. Not you. God did. I used to ask him that too. I still be asking me, God, why me? The more I get into this Bible and see that I'm these damn disciples, how am I these disciples? Me. But God chose me. And that's why they be mad. Because God chose me. Like my baby daddy asked me on that couch that day. He said, I'm never going to forget it. And I'm going to keep talking about it on my videos. Well, I don't be talking about it on my videos. But I'm never going to forget that they sitting on my couch. You sitting on my couch and going to ask who made me? He said, who made you? Like a little jealous face. Little cunning self. You a little. But really, he admired me. That's that. And that's what I'm talking about in the next video, that fatal attraction. You have a love-hate relationship with me, too. You love me. but then you hate how I'm true to who I am. No matter who I'm around, I'm true to who I am. And you can't be that. So it brings out this type of envy thing in you. Jealous, like, dang, you've been through all of that and you still can be positive. You've been through all of that and you still gonna keep on pushing. You've been through all of that. You ain't letting nothing stop you. You still trying to help me after what I didn't accuse you of, that you don't even realize that I didn't accuse you of. Because I didn't realize a bunch of stuff that he was doing to me at first. He like, dang, no matter what I do, no matter what them other niggas did to you, no matter what this person do, you still keep on pushing, girl. And people who can't do that, that'll make them hate you for being able to do that. And then I try to encourage you. Some people want to sit in their misery. Like him, you want to sit in your misery. So when I'm encouraging you, it's like making you mad, because it's like, I want to just soak in my misery. But you keep trying to tell me just to fight through it. You have to. What, you going to succumb? You letting life defeat you. Look at you. Letting life beat you the hell up. You don't let life just beat you up. You fight back. You fight back with a big, mean uppercut. But I'm done chatting, y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Deuces.